Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, as tonight is the final game of Day 2 in the Father's Day Tournament hosted by your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. The Docs come in a winner yesterday in their first matchup in the Father's Day Tournament, taking down the Baseballism Wet Sox 6-4. Tonight they take on the Corvallis Marketmen, who won their first game in the tournament 13-3 against the Nelson Hawks yesterday afternoon. It's the nightcap to the second day of the tournament. It's the Docs and the Marketmen, a couple of longtime foes out on the baseball diamond, and they get ready to square off tonight here in some Legion baseball. It's great to have you with us, everybody. Joey Keeran here with you once again as we get ready to bring you Doc Stewart's baseball this evening. It's great to have you with us, and right now the Docs seemingly getting the ball rolling just a bit on their season and trying to keep the momentum going. They've won 2 straight, trying to make it a legit winning streak, but on the other side they take on a Corvallis club that is coming in hot as well. They've won 5 straight after starting out the season 1-4. They've reeled together those 5 straight wins to get to 6-4 on the year. We'll talk more about the matchup coming up with head coach Cody Walton as we get ready for tonight's first pitch. But this is the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122 and get your garbage collection service set up with Roseburg Disposal. They've made some recent improvements with the recycling program as well, and let me tell you, it is definitely a lot easier than having to deal with it yourself. So give them a call. That's Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Well, as we get ready for it here tonight, it is a beautiful night here out at the ballpark. A little cooler today than it has been as of late, but we are hovering right around 80 degrees here this evening. Once again, the night game. Lights will probably be coming on here in about an hour or so as we make our way through this evening's ball game, expecting to drop to an overnight low around 52. Right now we are seeing the wind blowing across the diamond left to right with the American flag out in center field right now at attention, blowing from the left field foul pole towards the right field foul pole. See how that continues to go. It seems like as the evening wears on as of late, we've seen the wind start to die down just a bit. So we'll see how that goes here this evening. But these two teams coming off of a win yesterday, trying to keep it going and stay undefeated in the Father's Day Tournament. We will take a look at how things have played out in the tourney so far throughout tonight's broadcast and take a look at what's to come here through the rest as Day 3 will get underway tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Before we get to that, though, we do have a break to get in here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, and we'll also have our conversation with Coach Cody Walton when we come back. Want to remind everybody that tonight's game, not only on the radio, not only can you listen to it online, but you can also watch tonight's game streaming live for free at 541radio.com, or you can also find it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find us there. You can hit the subscribe button and get notified when we go live with another broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball this summer, and make sure that you don't miss any of the action for the Docs here this year. All right, we'll take a break. I'm Joey Keeran again. It's the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. We come back with a word with head coach Cody Walton after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza, the biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Day 2 of the Father's Day tournament, hosted by your Doc Stewarts as they get ready to take on the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen. Joining us is Coach Cody Walton here in the pregame. Coach, team starts out with a win yesterday, and that was a hard-fought victory there for you guys. A battle back and forth, but resiliency from your team that seems to be starting to get the team getting the ball rolling here this season.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, the guys have done a good job kind of coming together, and you are seeing some of that resiliency show, which is great because it was a tough little rocky start for them, and so it's good to see the other side of it.
What are you kind of seeing that's maybe leading towards victories out there? Just, maybe a little bit cleaner play, bats getting a little bit going. What's kind of standing out to you?
I think a couple of things. I mean, first and foremost is obviously eliminate the walks. I mean, we've given up way too many free passes, and we're just not good enough to give up that many and win ball games. But the other piece of that is, too, we're getting sparks from the older guys. Burke's really doing a good job of trying to help some of these younger guys, and Logan as well. And so they're really kind of taking them under their shoulder in the wing a little bit, and it's been good to see that side. So.
Yeah, we definitely are starting to see some of those bats I think that you expected to be able to rely on. Burke and Anderson coming in, and those guys really starting to get their at-bats kind of dialed in here early on. How important is that for you guys for that success? To have those guys that, when you put the roster together, you felt like those were going to be anchors, those were going to be staples that you could rely in pretty much every night.
Yeah, absolutely, and you're right, they're catalysts for us, man. When we kind of go as they go, and it's been nice that they've been able to really get it going because the guys feed off of that, and it's a big piece of it for us. And we know baseball's an up and down game, right? It's not always pretty, and they're going to have days where they struggle too. And so that's getting these young guys to really say, hey, there's times where you need to step up and pick those guys up. But yeah, make no mistake, we lean on them a lot, and they're doing a really good job, and so proud of their leadership too.
Yeah, today is day 2 of the tournament, so we've been seeing a lot more baseball. How much time are you guys spending out here at the ballpark?
Well, all day for me. I've been every day so far. I watched all the games, and so there's a lot of good teams out here, and I've seen some really good arms. But yeah, it's long days for sure.
Yeah. Hey, have you had the team out here? Are they kind of hanging out together doing stuff? Or are you giving them a little bit of leniency on how much they're here at the ballpark?
Yeah, a little mixed bag. Obviously, some of the kids have been helping out with some of the jobs around the field and seeing some baseball as well. But giving them time to rest, too. It's important, and especially in the summer for these guys. Hotter days, but yeah, trying to give them a little rest time as well.
It's always important, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to getting to sleep in tomorrow, so rest for everybody involved.
For sure.
As you guys get ready, you've had the opportunity, at least yesterday, to see the Corvallis team that you're going to be facing here tonight. What maybe stood out to you about what you've seen from the Marketmen so far this year?
Yeah, they're really well coached. I mean, Coach Bumpus has them always ready to go, and they look physical. I watched them, and I really was impressed. I mean, they have a lot of size. I think they have some older guys on that team, but really a lot of guys that are pretty big, pretty physical all around. So we're going to have our hands full, and we need to throw it really well, pitch a lot of strikes, but make no mistake, we might even have to play a lot more small ball and see what we can do and scrap.
All right, Coach, looking forward to it out there tonight. Thanks so much for the time.
Awesome. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it, man.
That is Coach Cody Walton joining us here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. As we get ready to go, the coaches are at home plate exchanging the lineup cards, and we will have the starting lineups for you here in just a moment. Those are brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. Get a free no-obligation estimate today for your septic, grease trap, and portable toilet needs. Visit SouthernSepticServiceInc.com. Well, taking a look at results from earlier in the day today here at Champion Car Wash Field in this Father's Day tournament. Starting out the day, the Hillsdale Merchants got a win over the Nelson Hawks, 14-2. Hillsdale playing the doubleheader today. They followed that up with an 8-2 win over Southern Oregon Baseball. And then in the last game that we saw here today, the Fairfield Expos get an 11-0 win over the Baseballism Wet Sox in the third game of the day. So far, you're looking at Hillsdale at 3-0 at the top of the tournament standings, you've got the Docs at 1-0, Corvallis at 1-0. Then you've got Southern Oregon at 1-1, Fairfield at 1-1, Nelson at 0-2, and Baseballism at 0-3. It's just about time to get this one ready. They're going to have the code of conduct and the national anthem coming up, so we will go ahead and step aside for our final break here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
It's time now to take a look at our Southern Septic Service starting lineups. We'll start off with the visiting team tonight after the coin flip. The Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen will be the designated visiting team, led by Coach Larry Bumpus in his fourth season. They are 6-4. Starting lineup will have Ben Weiss, the shortstop, leading off, followed by Caleb Babcock, the center fielder. A.J. Altishin is the DH, batting third. Kaysen Jacobs, the right fielder, will bat in the cleanup spot. Jake Bratton, the first baseman, hitting fifth. At third base, batting sixth, is Jaden Pfeifhaus. The seven hitter is Jaden Von Ruden, the catcher, hitting eighth. Starting at second base, Jackson Von Ruden. And Blake Linton, the left fielder, will bat ninth. The DH being utilized for starting pitcher Quinn Sissel. Looking at the starting defense for the Roseburg Doc Stewarts, behind the plate is Amos Bowers. He will catch today, along with Danner Wirtz out at first base. At second base is Reagan Soper. On the left side of the diamond, you've got Logan Anderson at third base and Paxton Burke at short. In the outfield from left to right, you are looking at Easton Bachmeyer, Christian Korba, and the starting right fielder is Fletcher Coleman. They will look to support tonight's starting pitcher for the Doc Stewarts. That is Tegan Sprague that'll be on the mound. The right-hander out of Umpqua Valley Christian is where he is from. He will toe the rubber and get us ready to get started here today. And his first pitch of the ball game will come in. Swung on and missed, and we are underway at 6:58 here this evening. Strike one from Ben Weiss. Get things going there, as you can see from our center field camera. It's still a little blustery out there. It's getting bounced around a bit for those that are watching online. Pitch low, 1-1 count for Weiss. Weiss bats right-handed, the shortstop. out of Corvallis High School, takes a strike on the corner, and he is behind a ball and 2 strikes. Weiss, a class of 2027 product, will be a senior next year for the Spartans, earned first-team All-State infield honors this year for the Spartans. The 1-2 outside from Sprague. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tegan Sprague out there on the mound out of UVC. He had quite the spring season with the Monarchs. The 2-2 pitch. It's popped up foul and out of play. It will carry into the grandstands. Sprague was the 2A 1A Special District 5 Pitcher of the Year at UVC. Also, you earned unanimous first-team All-League honors as a pitcher through 52 innings during the spring with the Monarchs. The 2-2 delivery. Ooh, his breaking ball does not break, and it clips the front side of the helmet for Ben Weiss. The 2-2 pitch gets away from Sprague, and Weiss will get on to lead off the ball game. Knocked his helmet off, but he heads on down to first base. Seems to be all right. First base coach checks with him for a moment, and we are underway here in the first inning with 1 on and nobody out. Caleb Babcock will stand in, left-handed batter. First pitch, hard hit through the right side. Base knock out to Fletcher Coleman. Stopping at second base will be Weiss as Coleman gets it back in quickly. Babcock will have the first hit of the game on the first pitch he sees from Sprague. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. The 3-hitter for the Marketmen will be A.J. Altishin from Philomath High School. Bats right-handed and will square to bunt. He'll take low for ball 1. Amos Bowers back behind the plate, scoops it up. Looked like he gave a thought to throwing down to second base where Weiss was well off the bag, but I don't think he had a clean handle on the baseball, so decides not to try and risk throwing wildly down to second. 1-0 pitch, squaring to bunt again. It's down the third base side. It'll trickle into foul territory, fielded by Anderson for strike 1. Altishin at the plate. First team All-League infielder for Philomath. Senior next year. Stands back in with a 1-1 count. Early RBI opportunity for this Marketmen club that had a win in their first game here in the tournament. A big one. He squares around to bunt again. He'll lay it down third base side. This time gets it down cleanly. Sprague will throw to first, and he gets it there in the nick of time. Nice job by Tegan Sprague to field and make an accurate throw to first base. Staying on the bag, getting a good stretch over there was Danner Wirtz, and the Docs do a nice job defensively on the bunt to get at least 1 out. A sacrifice bunt for Altishin, the 3-hitter. And there's runners at second and third with 1 away. The cleanup hitter, Kason Jacobs, will take the first pitch for strike 1. Weiss moves up to third. Babcock at second. Jacobs, the right fielder. 0-1 pitch from Sprague. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Kason Jacobs out of Crescent Valley will be a senior next year as well. So far, it's been all class of 2027 here at the top of the order for the Marketmen. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. A huge strikeout for Tegan Sprague. First punch out in the game for Sprague as Jacobs, the cleanup hitter, goes down swinging in a spot there that if he could have gotten that ball in the air, might have just given Corvallis an early lead, but he comes up empty. And now it'll be the 5-hitter Jake Bratton with 2 down. He will foul the first one back for strike 1. Jake Bratton, he comes to the Marketmen out of South Albany High School. He was a senior this year for South Albany. The 0-1 pitch is low from Sprague. I was trying to remember. Going to have to look it up now. I cannot, off the top of my head, recall the mascot for South Albany. A 1-1 pitch. It's high from Sprague. 2 balls and a strike, and out to the mound will go the catcher, Amos Bowers. South Albany. There they are. Let's see here. The Red Hawks. I was thinking the Red Hawks. Okay. Need to trust myself a little bit more often sometimes. South Albany product. Jake Bratton at the plate with a 2-1 count after the mound visit for Bowers. The throw in will hit the bottom of the zone for a 2-2 count. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 runners in scoring position. Tegan Sprague trying to pitch around a hit batter and a single here in this first inning. His 2-2 delivery. Strike 3 called, hitting the outside corner. Back-to-back punch-outs for Tegan Sprague, and he gets himself through the jam. The Doc Stewarts keep it scoreless. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base for Corvallis. We head to the bottom of the first. Doc's coming up to bat. We'll introduce you to their lineup when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the starting lineup tonight for Cody Walton and the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Paxton Burke will lead things off, starting at shortstop. Reagan Soper, the second baseman, will bat second. Third baseman Logan Anderson hitting third. Center fielder Christian Corbo will bat fourth. The right fielder Fletcher Coleman hitting fifth. Danner Wirtz at first base, batting sixth. Hitting seventh, Amos Bowers, the catcher. Easton Bachmeyer in left field will bat eighth, and Quinn Gaylor, the DH, will round out the starting 9. Paxton Burke will stand in, the switch hitter. First pitch, swinging away. He pops it up in foul territory. Calling for it will be Jaden Pfeifhaus, the third baseman. And just like that, there is 1 out for the Doc Stewarts. We'll take a look at the defense here for the Marketmen as we get the opportunity. 1 away. And it'll be Reagan Soper up to bat. First pitch. Soper fouls it away for strike 1. Soper, our player of the game last night, had a couple of hits, drove in a run. It was a big night for a lot of players. He was the one chosen as the player of the game. The 0-1 pitch, just outside a 1-1 count. A 1-1 delivery from right-hander Quinn Sissel is in for a strike. Quinn Sissel on the mound. Sissel out of Crescent Valley High School, committed to Lane Community College. He's class of 2026 with Crescent Valley. Gets a fly ball out towards center field. Pretty well struck, but right at the center fielder. Babcock out there. There's 2 away. Well, taking a look at the defense here for the Marketmen. Behind the plate, Jaden Von Ruden, Jake Bratton at first, Jackson Von Ruden at second, Jaden Pfeifhaus at third, Ben Weiss at short. In the outfield from left to right, Blake Linton, Caleb Babcock, and Kason Jacobs. Your starting defense for the Marketmen. 2 down on a couple of fly ball outs for the Docs. Logan Anderson will bat. First pitch called strike 1. Anderson taking a moment out of the box, will dig back in. Sissel winds and fires. His breaking ball fouled back. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on the Score. Oh-2 pitch with 2 down and nobody on base. Logan Anderson will take outside from Sissel. Honorable mention, all-league infielder at Crescent Valley this year for Sissel, but he gets a start on the mound here tonight for the Marketmen. He's off to a good start. His 1-2 pitch fouled away by Logan Anderson, who's been swinging a hot bat as of late. Logan yesterday was 2 for 4 with a triple and a single, had an RBI. He had a hit in his first 2 at-bats that stretched his hit streak. He had a hit in 5 consecutive at-bats. He'll ground one towards short, charging in. It's fielded. Throw to first base. Will be there in the nick of time. And that will finish things off for the Doc Stewarts. So we head to the top of the second. Still scoreless here between the Docs and the Marketmen on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Tonight's ball game is sponsored by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. Tegan Sprague will miss low and outside. Ball 1 to Jaden Fifehouse, the third baseman, who will lead things off. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sprague in the first inning. Got him out of a bit of a jam, leaving 2 runners on base in scoring position for the Marketmen. Pitch low and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Great to see our fan base down in New Zealand is checking in and tuning in. It's a pitch over the plate by Sprague for strike 1. Reagan Soper, the international product. Great to have you guys with us. The 2-1 pitch up the middle, right back through the box for a leadoff single to center field for Fifehouse. Split the infield in half. A laser shot right past the pitcher Sprague into center field. Second hit in the ball game for Corvallis. They start off the second inning in this 7-inning ball game with a base knock. Brings up Jaden Von Ruden, the catcher. Nice early afternoon ball game on Saturday in New Zealand today. They are in the future. Swing and a miss by Von Ruden, and this is Jaden Von Ruden. We also have Jackson, who waits on deck. 2:12 in the afternoon in New Zealand right now in Auckland. There's a pickoff throw at first base, not in time. Going to do what I always tell myself not to do, is to try and do math on the radio. Ball hit towards right field. That's going to be caught by Fletcher Coleman. He comes in, makes the catch at the kneecaps. Boy, that was dangerous. If he doesn't make that catch, it gets by him, and that is a lot of running for the Marketmen. But a nice job to get there just in the nick of time. Fletcher Coleman makes the grab. Jaden Von Ruden is out. Number 1 here in the second inning. Now Jackson Von Ruden, the second baseman, will stand in.
Number 17, Jackson Von Ruden.
First pitch here for Jackson with a man at first and one away. It goes to the backstop, up to second base easily. We'll go Fivehouse. Wild pitch. So let's see, we're looking at 1900 here. So you got 19 hours ahead, if my math is correct here for us. New Zealand, 19 hours ahead of us. Math on the radio, never a good thing for Joey Keeran. Ball fouled away, and that'll be strike one on a 1-1 count now for Von Ruden, the second baseman. He's a youngster, much like Doc's have with Wade Molitor, who is not with the team here this weekend. He'll be back coming up next week. But Jackson Von Ruden, also class of 2030, kids that are going into their high school careers. Takes inside on a close one there, just missing the corner. 2 balls and a strike for Jackson. Impressive, these young men getting the opportunity to play at this level. And for Jackson Von Ruden, he's in the starting lineup here tonight. The 2-1 pitch from Sprague. Ground ball chopper up the middle. High hops. Soper with a nice play to get it over to first base in the nick of time. Up to third base goes Jaden Fivehouse now with 2 down. The Marketmen, for a second consecutive inning, have a runner at third base, but it comes with 2 outs. There's a nice play up the middle by Reagan Soper. High bounding ball took him towards the middle of the diamond. Had to throw back across his body and had to do it quickly with how long that ball took to get to him. And he makes a nice accurate throw. First pitch, fouled back for strike one by the 9-hitter Blake Litton. Litton out of West Albany High School. He earned third-team All-State honors as an outfielder this year. He takes a strike at the bottom of the zone and falls behind 0-2. A player at the varsity level with West Albany since his sophomore year, but did suffer an injury at the end of that season. Swing and a miss. He goes down, and it's another strikeout to leave a man stranded in scoring position for Tegan Sprague. His third punch out in the ball game. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and you had 1 man left on base. Tegan Sprague showing why he was the pitcher of the year in his league this season. He gets another big strikeout as he finishes it off and keeps it scoreless. We head to the bottom of the second on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
First pitch from Quinn Sissel is off the artificial turf here at Champion Car Wash Field. Misses low, ball 1 to Christian Corba, who will lead things off for the Docs in our scoreless ball game. Final game here on day 2 of the Father's Day tournament in Roseburg. The 1-0 swung on and missed for strike 1. The Father's Day tournament, these tournaments are usually a lot to put on and require a little bit of support. This tournament has been sponsored by Freedom Security Solutions. Pitch low and inside from Sissel, and Corba has the 2-1 count. Freedom Security Solutions, sponsor of the Father's Day tournament. 2-1 delivery. Called on the outside corner for strike 2. Christian Corba waits on the 2-2 and will call time before the next pitch. Wind is currently blowing across the diamond again. Going left to right as shadows start to creep in from the left field corner. Last night we played underneath the lights just a bit as the game was wrapping up. 2-2 pitch. Corbell will take outside. Off the outside corner, just hugging the inside edge of the left-handed batter's box, just away from the right-handed hitter. Full count pitch to Corba. Swing and a miss. He goes down with the whiff. First strikeout in the game for Quinn Sissel, one away. And now Fletcher Coleman will come up to bat. Coleman, the left-handed hitter, will stand in. Docs yesterday finished the game with 8 hits. There's a pitch off the turf, ball 1 to Coleman. Had 8 hits yesterday, had 15 hits against the Fairfield Expos in a pre-tournament game on Wednesday. Most hits in a game, most runs in a game for the Docs when they beat the Expos 12-6. That's how things have looked in their last 2 games as they've put together a back-to-back victory streak. 1-0, outside corner to the lefty, called strike 1. Docs trying to keep things rolling in the right direction after the 0-5 start. The 1-1 pitch. Line drive shot. It is out of the reach of the shortstop. Weiss into left field. Base knock, first of the game for the Doc Stewarts. And Fletch has been coming on with the bat here this summer. And he gets the first hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts. 1 on with 1 out. Yesterday, Fletcher had 1 hit in the game. It was an RBI infield single. I gave him a hit. I think the official scorebook for the Docs stats this season ended up putting it down as an error. It was a tough play as a pickoff throw to first. Oh, they're going to call him out at first base, and that'll be the second out as Coleman retired at first. The pickoff play to first base. First pitch in for strike 1 here against Danner Wirtz with nobody on and 2 away. On the mound, Quinn Sissel trying to keep it a scoreless ball game and keep the Docs off the bases. He'll hit the outside corner for strike 2. Behind 0-2 in the at-bat here for Danner Wirtz. The wind and fire, strike 3. Danner goes down on 3 straight pitches as the Doc Stewarts unable to capitalize on a 1-out hit by Fletcher Coleman. He's picked off at first base, and that finishes on, or that was the second out in the inning. And then Danner goes down looking. A couple of strikeouts here in the second inning for Quinn Sissel. It remains a scoreless ball game. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. We head to the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
First pitch swinging away. It's a line drive shot for Ben Weiss, but it goes right to the second baseman, Reagan Soper. He doesn't even have to move. The ball found him, 1 away, as we get things started quickly here in the top of the third. 1 out. Caleb Babcock will stand in. The lefty had a single to right field on the very first pitch he saw from Tegan Sprague, and this time he'll take the first pitch for strike 1. Tonight's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. Swing and a miss. And Babcock finds himself in an 0-2 hole. Beautiful night here in the Umpqua Basin. Some clouds starting to roll in overnight. We're cooling off a bit. Tomorrow going to be a high of only about 80, so right about where we're sitting right now. It's the 0-2 pitch. Underneath it, skies it out towards right field. Rotating and tracking towards the alley. The right fielder, Fletcher Coleman, is there for the catch. 2 down. A.J. Altishin will stand in. Altishin, a sac bunt his last time up. He will stand in this time with nobody on base. So a bit of a cool day tomorrow. Then we will finish things out with another hot one coming up on Sunday. First pitch high up near the hands, ball 1 for the 3-hitter. Looking at it, Sunday we're expecting 85, and then Monday when the Docs are down in Medford, get ready for a hot one. There's a pitch low and outside, 2-0 count. Docs will head to Medford for a doubleheader against the Mustangs. That's a league doubleheader for Roseburg. And it's going to be 95 in Roseburg. Expect slightly warmer out in Medford. Pitch high in the air out towards center field. Tracking it in the wind. Christian Corba's there. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Tegan Sprague and the Doc Stewarts. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. We head to the bottom of the third. It's scoreless between the Docs and the the Marketmen here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
First pitch here in the third inning, a ball hit deep into the corner in left field by Amos Bowers. That'll get things started. Bowers, the 7-hitter, will lead things off, and he's got extra bases, gets to second base. They'll bring in a courtesy runner. Logan Shipman will run for him. As Bowers gets on base to start things off, that's the second hit in the game for the Docs. Last time they had a man on base, it resulted in a pickoff play. And this time the Docs will look to try and take advantage. So you've got a man out at second base. To lead things off, Easton Bachmeyer will stand in. We might see some small ball. Coach Walton saying that was a possibility in the pregame. Showing a bunt, Bachmeyer will take high for ball 1. Best scoring chance that the Docs have had so far. We're here in the bottom of the third. It's a scoreless ball game. Second hit in the game for the Stewies. Bachmeyer will wait on the 1-0 pitch. Creeping in at first base is Jake Bratton, showing the bunt but taking a strike. Easton Bachmeyer finds himself with a 1-1 count. Bachmeyer out of Douglas. He was kind of a late addition to the Docs roster. They brought him up for his utility. He can play a lot of different spots. He was an all-league catcher for the Trojans during the spring season. Takes a breaking ball, hitting the outside corner, falls behind 1-2. Looking for a way to try and move the runner up from second. Running out there is Shipman. Running for Bowers, the catcher. The 1-2 from Sissel is fouled back. We'll stay a 1-2 count. Today's ball game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Sissel shakes off a couple of signals from his catcher, Jaden Von Ruden, behind the plate, and now will step up and reset. A 1-2 count with Bachmeyer at the plate, trying to come through and finding a way to at least advance the runner. Base hit would give the Docs an early lead. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball towards third, taking off and running, and Shipman's going to run right into a tag. And that will be a learning moment for Shipman, the courtesy runner. He just gave away the out there. That'll be a fielder's choice for Bachmeyer, one away with a man at first. That'll bring up the lefty Quinn Gaylor, who will bat in the 9 spot. Gaylor DH for starting pitcher Tegan Sprague. Gaylor bats with a wide open stance. He's had only a couple of at-bats so far this season. Is a pickoff throw to first. Checking on Bachmeyer. He's back in safely. That's unfortunate there after the leadoff double by Bowers. The lead runner out at third, running in to the tag out at third base. First pitch to Gaylor's outside. The lefty will take. Starts off with a 1-0 count. Quinn Gaylor, a freshman this year at Sutherland High School, earned first-team All-League honors in the outfield. Mainly seen him on the mound. He has gotten some time in the outfield. Fouls away a pitch, 1-1 count. Coaches must have seen something in the cages that they've liked out of him lately as he gets his chance to be in the starting lineup. Was down there in the dugout when they posted the lineup for the game, and Gaylor went and checked it out. He got all excited. All right, I get to hit today. It's a pickoff throw to first. No tag applied. He got all excited to see his name on the lineup card. And even, I think, got even more excited to know he was just hitting. He got to focus on that. He takes outside. The count goes 2-1. So they put him in the lineup for his bat. He's got an opportunity to try and help out the club here with a runner at first and one away. Quinn Sissel out of the stretch, delivers the 2-1 pitch. Grounder up the middle. Backhand at second is bobbled, tossed to second base. It gets away. The youngster, Jackson Von Ruden, out at second base, had the opportunity to at least get the lead runner, but instead will get nothing. That'll be an error out at second base. Fielder's choice for Gaylor to get on. Error allows Bachmeyer to get to second. First error in the game for the Marketmen. And the Docs with a little bit of momentum here. Runners at first and second with one away. Docs did have a base running error, getting the out at third. Now they've been able to rally back and send it back to the top of the order. Still a scoring opportunity with Paxton Burke up to bat. He flew out to the third baseman, popped up into foul territory his first time up. He takes outside this time from Sissel. Facing back-to-back left-handed batters, Burke, the switch hitter. This will be his final game before the weekend. He is headed off to the Richardson All-Star Series, 6A, 5A All-Star Series in Corvallis. He'll be playing in that Saturday and Sunday, so the Docs will not have him. So he hits a line drive out towards left field, but it's going to carry to the left fielder and caught by Blake Litton. Burke put a charge into it, but just hung up in the air long enough to get the left field. And Linton was able to get underneath it, 2 down. Burke does provide a little bit of wisdom to Reagan Soper as he steps to the plate. They stopped for a moment, and Burke whispered something to him. We'll see if it pays off. First pitch swinging. He hits one towards the alley in left center. That'll be out of the reach of the left fielder. Litton couldn't get to it. Coming around to score will be the lead runner. Heading to second base is Soper. It's a double as he drives in Bachmeyer and gives the Doc Stewarts a 1-0 lead. So coming through with the base knock is Reagan Soper. That drives in Easton Bachmeyer. First to third for Quinn Gaylor. An RBI double for Soper as he continues to perform well at the plate. So with 1 or 2 down, there's 1 run in. Runners at second and third for the Doc Stewarts, and now Logan Anderson up to bat. He grounded out to short his last time up. He hits one foul down the first base side. So the Doc Stewarts, in a pitcher's duel, they strike first. They had only sent 3 hitters to the plate through the first 2 innings, but they start off with a double here in the third. That actually doesn't get them a run, but they come through with the 1-out rally here. And now a ball past the third baseman, diving attempt by Pfeifhaus. He couldn't glove it. 1 run comes in. A second run will score as into the plate is Soper. They pick down to first base, and the Doc Stewarts will add 2 more, make it 3-0. And coming up with the base knock is Logan Anderson. It's an RBI single as he continues to hit well. He plates 2 on the 2-out single. And the Doc Stewarts have broken things open here in the third inning against Corvallis to make it 3-0. A 2-out rally with 2 outs. Reagan Soper a double. Logan Anderson a single. Hard hit line drive past a diving attempt by Pfeifhaus at third. And the Docs will put 2 more on the board. Not too shabby here in the third inning. Docs are finding themselves
next batter, number 1,
heating up after the slow start to the season, but the bats are starting to come alive. That'll bring up Christian Corba, a strikeout victim the first time. Check swing, he holds up. It'll be a 1-0 count to start. They had a brief visit out on the mound for Coach Larry Bumpus to have a conversation with Quinn Sissel. Oh, they put a strike up on the board. I thought that was... Well, that pitch definitely was a ball. I looked away. I didn't see the home plate umpire signal a strike. I don't know if they appealed the... Ball off the chest protector for the catcher, Vaughn Rudin, and that moves up Logan Anderson to second base on the wild pitch. I guess they appealed on the check swing for Christian Corba, and they said he went around, so that'll be the case. Anderson now at second base with a 2-1 count after the wild pitch. He's in scoring position. Christian Corba trying to bring him around. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Got out on the front foot. Here in the bottom of the third, Docs strike first. Put 3 runs on the board so far, trying to add more. The 2-2 is low, and the count goes full for Sissel. Christian Corba batting in the cleanup spot here tonight. Sissel out of the stretch with Anderson out at second. He'll look back to second base, and Logan got caught in a rundown here. They will try to get him. He puts the head down and races to third, and the Docs will commit 2 outs on the bases as Logan Anderson picked off, but the Docs do strike first. They get 3 runs across here in the third inning. 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 error for Corvallis, and nobody left on base. We head to the top of the fourth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
First pitch swinging to start things here in the fourth inning, and a sliding grab in foul territory. Reagan Soper's coming up big everywhere on the field, and the Soper fans, as they are calling themselves on the YouTube chat, are coming in and are probably excited to see what they are seeing. A fly ball out to the second baseman for Kason Jacobs. to get things started on the first pitch here in the fourth inning. Tegan Sprague now with a 3-run lead to protect. He gets a ground ball to third base for Jake Bratton. A one-hop to first base. Staying on the bag is Danner Wirtz on the throw by Logan Anderson across the diamond. Made it a nice long hop, so easy to handle by Wirtz. Just needed to get it there in time, and we're 2 pitches into the fourth inning, and there's already 2 down. And Jaden Pfeifhaus will take a slow walk to the plate to try and slow things down. That'll let us tell you that it's a 3-0 lead for the Doc Stewarts as we begin the top of the fourth inning. Docs and Corvallis squaring off here tonight. First pitch now to Pfeifhaus. He takes for a strike. Well, in the booth with me, helping out at the moment, he'll be running around a little bit. Time called as there's a loose ball out in the bullpen. Carter Stedman is going to be here hanging out. He's interning with Douglas County Baseball Association this summer, and we'll give him some opportunities to learn more about the broadcasting side of things. But Carter, too many names out there right now. Carter, welcome into the booth.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good to be back in town and just watching some fun ball.
Well, we get a ground ball down the third base side into left field. Fielded quickly by Easton Bachmeyer. It gets back in, and Pfeifhaus, who had a hit, almost tagged out at first as they throw back there to check on him. He took a turn and had to hustle back to the bag, but Pfeifhaus now 2 for 2 in the ballgame as he hits one down the line into the corner. A 2-out single to put a man at first base for Corvallis. 3-0 lead for the Docs. Top of the fourth, 2 outs, a man at first, and Jaden Von Ruden will step in. He flew out to right field back in the second inning. Time called before the first pitch. They got you guys doing all sorts of stuff for the internship here this summer, right?
Yeah, we're all around. I mean, we're working the ticket booth, we're running social media accounts, we're interviewing guys before and after games. So it's been a little bit of everything. Some chaos to start the season for sure as everything starts to get settled and roles are kind of established. We only have 3 interns, and there's a lot of work to be done. I mean, we were booking hotel rooms today in Corvallis for these guys in their upcoming tournament. So a lot of everything, but it's been a lot of fun, and always it's just good to be back in Roseburg this time of the year.
A 0-1 pitch to Von Ruden, goes to third base, and Logan Anderson will go, quote-unquote, the short way. He heads to second base to get Jaden Pfeifhaus there for the final out as Reagan Soper's at the bag. That will finish things off here in the fourth inning. An eventful one there, but the defense comes up for the Doc Stewarts, and they keep it a 3-0 lead. We will head to the bottom of the fourth. Docs leading this one on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Scoring play. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Christian Corba, Fletcher Coleman, and Danner Wirtz due up for the Docs. Tonight's game is brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop, and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Take a look-see here, but no, that is still Quinn Sissel out on the mound, dealing for Corvallis. He's gotten through 3 innings. He's given up 3 runs on 4 hits. First pitch to Corba, bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. Now the Doc Stewarts trying to string together 3 consecutive wins after starting the season 0-5. On the other side, Corvallis, boy, they've been on a hot streak after starting 1-4 to their season. They've won 5 straight and gotten to 6-4 on the year. Corba waits on the 1-0, just off the outside corner, a 2-0 count. The Docs getting the advantage in the third inning with 3 hits and an error in that frame. They actually Could have possibly had more as a big cut out of Corba, swing and a miss for strike one. Could have possibly had more, but they ran into a couple of outs on the bases, so they probably cost themselves maybe at least one more run that inning. The 2-1 pitch, laying off some high, enticing heat. Corba lets it go by. Christian looking to make up for a strikeout in his first at-bat. The 3-1 pitch. Chops it third base side, foul. Decent crowd here tonight. Always great to see the Corvallis fans in attendance. They usually travel pretty decently. We'll be up in Corvallis for the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament coming up next month. 3-2 pitch, low and outside, ball 4 for Christian Corba. Carter was just talking about you guys are booking hotels for the group for that trip. They're going to be in Corvallis July 2nd through July 5th.
Yeah, shout out Kim Ladd for that, too. She's the Corvallis local, goes to school up there at Oregon State, so she took care of the hotels. I know she really wanted a shout-out, so she got one. Yeah, it's fun to watch, and, you know, that's kind of what the summer season is all about, being able to travel with the guys and go have fun at those tournaments, so that'll be a fun trip for them.
First pitch, a breaking ball, strike one to the lefty, Fletcher Coleman. Hopefully she put us up in somewhere good, not down by the railroads or whatever. You know, got to have a pool probably would be nice. And, you know, maybe some restaurants nearby to be able to get some food at. So we'll be looking forward to that. The Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament's always a good one. Are you guys traveling? Do you guys go on the road?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
No, the only instructions we got were don't book the Ritz-Carlton. Not sure that there is one in Corvallis. And don't book the Motel 6. So hopefully Kim was able to find that middle ground.
The 0-1 to Coleman is fouled away. Falls behind 0-2. Not a lot of road games on the schedule for the Docs this year. They played 2 already in Eugene. They will play 2 in Medford on Monday. They'll have 2 games in Central Oregon and Redmond against the SunWest Generals out there. Those games are all league games. And then they travel to Corvallis for the tournament up there, and that's really the only times the Docs have to leave home this year. Got a lot of games on the home schedule here in 2026 like that. The 0-2 pitch is high, taking off for second base. The throw gets by, and in safely to second goes Christian Corba. Stolen base at the plate, a 1-2 count for Fletcher Coleman. Coleman already 1 hit in the game. He's 1 for 1 with a single back up the middle. Made his way out towards kind of left center. A line drive shot that got through. The 1-2 pitch fouled away. Fletch has been a tough guy to get out throughout the year. Coleman during the spring season led the team in walks. Also ended up with the Roseburg Indians. Hit .301 on the season. He was a tough guy. Only struck out 15 times. Had 28 walks. So he's a pretty good guy with the on-base percentage. Trying to find a way on here. He's got Corba out at second with nobody out. The 1-2 is high and away. Out of the crouch quickly for Jaden Von Ruden behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quinn Sissel, his 4th inning of work, a leadoff walk, and now a stolen base. The Docs have a man in scoring position. The 2-2 out towards the alley in left center. That ball will be caught. Tracking it down is Caleb Babcock. And that'll be the first out. Well-hit ball, but they played him perfectly. Babcock was shaded towards the alley in left center, so did not have a long run to get to that ball. And Corba back to second base.
First baseman Danner Wertz.
That'll bring up Danner. 0 for 1 in the game, a strikeout looking in the second inning. Corba out at second. Docs lead 3-0 here in the 4th inning. Docs the home team after a coin flip before the game. We'll want to let our listeners know that we've got coverage of the College World Series starting tomorrow. It's North Carolina and Oklahoma. There's a ball lifted right side, heading towards the foul line and into foul territory, dropped in foul territory. Kaysen Jacobs tracked that one all the way into the corner, got his glove on it, but he couldn't hang on to it. In football, they would say he didn't survive the ground. That ball, he had it in the glove. It pops out as he hits the turf. And so Danner Wertz will have a second chance back at the plate on the foul ball. It's a 1-1 count. But the College World Series starting tomorrow, best of 3 series. North Carolina and Oklahoma, we have coverage starting at 4:45 tomorrow afternoon here on The Score for our radio listeners. The 1-1, Danner gets around on an inside pitch this time and flares it out to left field. They're going to wave around Corba as it takes a high hop. The throw in, cut, no throw to the plate. It's an RBI single for Danner Wirtz. Danner got around on the inside pitch, a soft flare out to left field, and it drives in Corba from second base. It took a pretty high bounce off the turf, and Blake Litton, it just took a while for him to get it in the glove, and that allowed Coach Justin Bennett at third to say, yeah, let's send it. And they send Corba around from second all the way home. Docs lead it 4-0. Pitch low and outside, 1-0 count to Amos Bowers. So we'll have coverage of the College World Series on the radio. You can also listen to the online stream at 541radio.com, and on the 541 radio app is the 1-0 pitch. Grounded foul by Bowers, who has a double already on the day. So you can follow with the audio broadcast of the College World Series if you'd like on the 541 radio app and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Because they start tomorrow at 4:45, we will be joining the Doc Stewart's broadcast in progress tomorrow on the radio once that game goes final. There's a swing and a miss on a slow breaking ball. Bowers out in front of it. So tomorrow, if you want to catch the Docs game in its entirety, we encourage you to go to our video stream on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch it there in its entirety as a 1-2 pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. That is the third strikeout in the game for Quinn Sissel. 2 away. But if you strictly listen on the radio or only listen on our online stream, we'll join it in progress. Once the College World Series game gets done, we will go to Docs Baseball. Not exactly sure when that's going to be, hoping it will be in the first couple of innings of the broadcast, but no guarantees there. But once they get done with the College World Series game, we will get to it on the radio, but we will have the entire game on the video stream tomorrow, starting at 6:45. Pitch up in the air, left side. Easton Bachmeyer will fly out to the third baseman, Jaden Pfeifhaus. That will finish things off here in the 4th inning. And so the Doc Stewarts do get one across, 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. Doc Stewarts lead it 4-0 as we head to the 5th inning here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Welcome you guys back to Bill Gray Field here, home of the Doc Stewart. Today's game sponsored by Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. Thank you to our sponsor, Mountain Mike's, for today's game.
First pitch swinging away for Jackson Von Ruden, the second baseman, fouls it down the right field side. This Corvallis team has been aggressive early in the at-bats. They have been swinging at a lot of first pitches, and Tegan Sprague has benefited from that. Just looking back to the 4th inning, Kaysen Jacobs and Jake Bratton both swung at the first pitch. Both of those resulted in outs. It was a quick 2 outs for Sprague with the aggressive nature at the plate so far from Corvallis. Tegan Sprague right now a shutout going through 4 innings. He's given up 3 hits. We are waiting for that foul ball to be collected down in the bullpen on the right field side, and now a fresh baseball out to the mound for Sprague, who faces the 8-9-1 hitters here in the 5th inning, wrapping up the second time through the order for Corvallis. Jackson Von Ruden grounded out to 2nd, his first time up. Takes a pitch inside, has a 1-1 count. 2-0 Mentioned Jackson Von Ruden going to be just a freshman next year. So he fouls one away, 4-2. Based off of the information that I was able to dig up, looks like he's going to be at Lebanon High School, probably joining his, I would assume, older brother, Jaden Von Ruden, who is class of 2029, was a freshman this year at Lebanon. The 1-2 pitch to the youngster. Back up the middle, and he will have a base hit. Knocked down. Nice job by Coleman in right field. He came charging in, and in the outfield, if you get too close to a ball as it bounces up, you might be unable to reach it. And Coleman, not necessarily the biggest guy in the outfield, but he had that one timed up perfect as he snags it on the one hop off the turf. That's a leadoff single for Jackson Von Ruden. The soon-to-be freshman gets a base hit, the fourth in the game for the Spartans. Blake Litton strikeout back in the second against Sprague, who has 3 total in the ball game. Pickoff throw to first base, not in time, as Jackson back in safely. Here in the 5th inning. Pitch low, ball 1 to Blake Litton. Take a look at this day in baseball history. Some fun facts we dug up from the annals of baseball history. The 1-0 is fouled back by Blake Litton. Always fun to dig it up. I've been starting to read a book called The Old Ball Game, and it's a bunch of old stories about baseball players. And, I mean, these are old. These are going back to the birth of baseball. Some of these guys playing back in the late 1800s. I wish I could remember more of their names. They're always the best. It's a 1-1 pitch. Is low and outside. The best nicknames back in the 1800s, that's for sure. Like this one, Piggy Ward. I don't know if that's his birth name, but Piggy Ward back in 1893. Set a Major League Baseball record that apparently still lasts to this day. It's a 2-1 delivery here for Tegan Sprague. Blake Litton at the plate. Pickoff throw to first. Tough over there at first base. We are starting to get to the time of the night where the sun is at an awkward spot for the right side of the diamond. We saw yesterday Danner Wirtz had trouble on a throw to first base for an out that he just lost it and could not make the catch. It would have been an easy out at first, but it got away from him because he couldn't see it. That pickoff throw by Sprague almost looked like it was a similar case where Danner was having some issues trying to track that ball coming his direction. Ball fouled away. They're going to get some fresh baseballs. That gives us a chance to tell you more about Piggy Ward. P-I-G-G-Y. Piggy Ward. He had a base hit, or he reached base 17 consecutive plate appearances. That apparently is a Major League Baseball record. 17 trips to the plate each time he was able to get on base. That's impressive. We were talking about Logan Anderson. He went 6 for 6, so that was impressive. 17 in a row is pretty stinking good. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Throw to second base. The tag down. Yes! Strike him out, throw him out at second base. And looking back at that one, nice job there by Amos Bowers to get the throw down to second. And the tag applied just in the nick of time by Reagan Soper for the strike him out, throw him out, double play. They get the out there at second base to get Jackson Von Ruden, who was running on the pitch. Now the first pitch to the leadoff man, Ben Weiss. He gets hit by a pitch for a second time in the ballgame. So a 2-out hit by pitch will put him on at first. Second strikeout in the game for Blake Litton. Prior to the runner caught stealing at second. So Ben Weiss gets down to first base after getting hit by the pitch. With 2 down, Caleb Babcock will stand in. He takes low and inside for ball 1. What might be the most impressive thing about 17 consecutive plate appearances reaching base for Piggy Ward back in 1893. As the 1-0 pitch is hit in the air out towards right center. Christian Corba coming in, will not get there in time. Backing up the play is Coleman. That'll get the ball back in time to hold Babcock to just a single and keep Ben Weiss from coming in to score. Weiss goes to third on the single by Babcock, his second hit in the game. And you've got runners on the corners with 2 down as A.J. Altishin will come up to bat. He's 0 for 1. And a bit of a jam once again for Tegan Sprague. He's pitched through a couple of scoring chances for Corvallis and kept this game scoreless for the Marketmen. He's going to have to do it again here with 2 down and 2 on. So the most impressive thing to me about that streak by Piggy Ward, he was traded in the middle of it. So he didn't do it all for one team as the runner takes off from first, ball fouled back by Altashin for strike 1. He didn't do it all for the same team. He was traded in the middle of that streak, so that didn't throw him off at all. He keeps it going, and a Major League Baseball record, 17 consecutive plate appearances. He reaches base. Not too shabby there for good old Piggy Ward back in 1893. We've got some more we'll tell you about here. As the 0-1 pitch misses low. On this date in 1903, the legendary Lou Gehrig was born in New York City. Kind of crazy that he was born in New York and went on to play for the Yankees. 20 years later, he made his debut with the Yankees. That is impressive. The 1-1 down the right field side is going to get the Marketmen on the board. It'll rattle all the way to the wall. Coleman will track it down. Coming around from third will be Babcock. The throw going to third base will not get there in time. A 2-out triple to right field for A.J. Altashin. And the Marketmen have cut the deficit in half. It's 4-2 on a 2-run triple by Altashin. That ball down the right field line all the way into the corner. Long run for Fletcher Coleman out there. And with 2 outs, the runners were all moving on contact. They get the extra jump and easily come around to score. Visit out to the mound for pitching coach A.J. Doolittle as the game is now a 2-run margin. The Docs in front 4-2 here in the top of the 5th. Today's game brought to you by Waldron's Outdoor Sports, your locally owned hunting, fishing, and outdoor sports headquarters. Check out their new location on Northeast Stevens. So the Iron Horse, born on this date in 1903. Back in 1927, this one was impressive. Our final This Day in Baseball history fact. 1927, not quite 100 years ago, Jack Scott from the Philadelphia Phillies pitches complete games in both games of a doubleheader. He pitches back-to-back complete games in a doubleheader on the same day. It's a swing and a miss by Kaysen Jacobs for strike 1. So probably anywhere from 16 to 18 innings on that, depending on how that one went. He won game 1 3-1, lost game 2 3-0 against the Reds. He's the last pitcher in Major League Baseball history to pitch 2 complete games on the same day.
What do you think the recovery process is like after that in 1927?
Go smoke some heaters, eat a couple of hot dogs, and get ready to pitch on the next day. 1-1 delivery here to Jacobs. Swing and a miss at the breaking ball from Sprague. He's behind a ball and 2 strikes with a man at third. Already 2 runs in here in the top of the 5th with 2 down. Doc's got to strike him out, throw him out for a double play, but now things have compiled on him here in this 5th inning. They still have a 2-run lead. The 1-2 pitch outside bounces away from Bowers. Coming in to score will be Altashin, and it's a 1-run ball game. The wild pitch hits the turf and spins away from Bowers. He got his right arm in front of it a bit, but it hits off his arm and rolls to the backstop, and he's unable to make a play. It's a 2-2 count now with nobody on base for Kaysen Jacobs, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Nobody on base. He'll take just off the outside corner. So Corvallis was not to get shut out here in this one. They have battled their way back late in this one to make it a 1-run ball game. Docs will look to try and stretch it back out in the bottom of the 5th. Ball is hit high in the air for Jacobs out towards right field. Playable for Fletcher Coleman, who battles the sun but makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. After getting the first 2 outs fairly quickly, a little bit of trouble there in the middle. Tegan Sprague gets him out of it, but he has given up the shutout, and it's a 1-run ball game. 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Docs in front, coming up with their 9-1-2 hitters on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
And we welcome you guys back to the bottom of the fifth inning. Today's game sponsored by Dr. Allenson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Call 541-378-6694 or visit drrandall.com.
Docs baseball heading to the bottom of the fifth, leading this one 4-3. We get a new pitcher on the mound. The pitching change will bring A.J. Altishin to the bump. He takes over for Quinn Sissel. Altishin was playing, well, let's see here. He was the DH, so he enters in for the pitcher from the DH position, so no other defensive changes, I would imagine, out there on the diamond for the Marketmen. Corvallis wearing the blue tops. They've got, it's always an I've always been kind of intrigued by this. On the front of the jerseys, it's the gold script lettering for Corvallis across the chest. White number outlined in the gold yellow. But on the back of the jerseys, it's all white. They've got white numbers, white lettering for the Corvallis Girding Builders sponsorship on the back of the jerseys. So it's kind of a, one side of the jersey has one look, the other side of the jersey has the other look to it. No outline in the gold yellow on the back of the jerseys. I've always enjoyed that. White trousers for the Marketmen, the blue caps with the white C on the front. The 1-0 pitch to Quinn Gaylor is high, a 2-0 count to the 9-hitter, leading things off against the new pitcher. For the Doc Stewarts, third straight game wearing the white home uniforms, the pinstripe look, Docs across the chest in black, outlined in red. Numbers on the front and the back in black, outlined in red, as a ball hit opposite side to third base. One hop to Fifehouse, who gets it across the diamond to Bratton. One away as they retire Quinn Gaylor, who had reached and scored on the in the third inning, reaching on a fielder's choice. Top of the order, Paxton Burke will come up to bat. Burke in the game 0 for 2. He has flown out twice. We'll look to try and get on with one out. Doc Stewart's leading by one, trying to stretch it back out here. First pitch from Altishin is hard hit down the first base side, but Bratton gets it on the one hop, backhands and hustles to the bag himself. Nice job on the play at first base by Jake Bratton. Quick hands over there at first base for the first baseman. He gets the short hop. It's a natural move for a first baseman.
Yeah, that was a shot from Burke, too. You see him a lot of times be active early in counts. He was, again, doing the same thing right there. Good play, though, by the first baseman to get his glove on that ball.
So Bratton retires Burke, and now Reagan Soper will come up the bat. He had an RBI double in the third. Takes the breaking ball to start off the at-bat for strike one. Here in the bottom of the fifth, a 4-3 lead for the Doc Stewarts. Lights haven't come on yet, but the sun going behind some clouds. There's a swing and a miss, strike two for Soper. Out in right field, you can still kind of make out some of the shadows from the trees casting across the diamond, but the sun behind the clouds has kind of flattened the brightness out there just a bit. 0-2 pitch with two down and nobody on. Breaking ball, strike three. Soper will go down looking. Altishin comes in and gets three consecutive outs. A strikeout to finish it off. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the Doc Stewarts. And so we will head to the sixth inning. Late stages of this one, it's a tight one. 4-3. Doc Stewart's in front of the Marketmen on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Top of the 6th inning, Tegan Sprague stays in the game for the Doc Stewarts as he'll face Jake Bratton for a third time. The pitch low and inside, ball 1 to get things started. Bratton is 0 for 2 in the game. Jaden Pfeifhaus waits on deck. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Breaking ball swung on and missed by Bratton to even up the count, a ball and a strike. I think I see those light bulbs starting to flicker to life just a bit. They're the old incandescent ones, and so they truly do flicker, and they take a few moments to really come to life, but they're starting to do so here at Champion Car Wash Field. Doc Stewart's baseball, powered by Abby's Pizza. Coming to you here on The Score tonight. The 2-1 pitch inside for Bratton. He gets ahead, 3 balls and a strike. We'll check in on the Area 4 league games going on tonight for the Eugene Challengers and Medford Mustangs as a 3-1 pitch is taken for ball 4. And Bratton will get on base, and if I'm not mistaken, that might just be the first walk in the game for Tegan Sprague. He has hit a batter twice. It's the same guy, Ben Weiss, but we're going to get a visit out to the mound by Coach Cody Walton, and we might be getting a pitching change coming.
I'd like to thank another one of our sponsors, Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. Thank you to Palm Wealth Management for sponsoring today's game, along with the Roseburg Country Club, my other employer, Joey. Established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Had the honor of running into former Oregon State Beavers head coach Pat Casey today at the Country Club. Not going to lie, a little bit of a nerve-wracking experience. I had a lot going on. I was under a lot of stress, and seeing Coach Casey was the last thing I was expecting at 11:30 at the Roseburg Country Club.
Yeah, he definitely is a big presence in the sports world. We get a new man on the mound. We get a lefty coming out to take over. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll get you all caught up on the pitching change for the Doc Stewarts here in the 6th inning on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Top of the 6th inning here at Champion Car Wash Field, where the Doc Stewarts lead Corvallis 4-3, but the Marketmen have the game-tying run on at first with nobody out after a leadoff walk by Tegan Sprague, who exits the game after 5 innings, and now Logan Schwert, the southpaw from South Umpqua, will take over on the bump. He faces Jaden Pfeifhaus, who's 2 for 2 in the game. Pfeifhaus, a pair of singles up the middle and to left field. He pulled the last one down the line. So Schwert will stand in, the lefty. First pitch, just high and away, ball 1. Back underway here as the lights are coming on here at Champion Car Wash Field. The evening wearing on, cooling off a bit, but comfortable out here for some baseball to wrap up day 2 of the Father's Day tournament. Both teams trying to keep a winning streak going. The 1-0 pitch, back pick down to first base. Gets away from Danner Wirtz, but he knocks it down, holding Jake Bratton down there on the throw by Bowers from behind the dish. 2-0 count for Pfeifhaus. Ball fouled back. Maybe it was a strike. I thought it was. Crowd hollered that it was a strike, so maybe we got that wrong. I didn't think I saw a strike call, but home run plate umpire is not going to confirm for us, so we're going to go with a 1-2 count. Pitch is outside. Now there are 2 strikes, so I guess, yes, 2-2.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if the fan was being assertive and saying it was a strike or wanted it to be a strike.
Exactly what I was wondering as well. 2-2 pitch here for Logan Schwert. Pfeifhaus off speed, and Amos Bowers, that'll be a pass ball. Reaches up, does not collect the ball on an off-speed pitch, just misjudged its spot. Pass ball puts the runner at second base. And now the game-tying run in scoring position, a full count pitch coming for Pfeifhaus. Schwert, the 3-2. Inside for ball 4. Back-to-back walks for the Docs here in the 6th inning. They did not give up a walk all game until here in this 6th inning. The Marketmen getting back-to-back walks. Jaden Von Ruden will bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. He squares to bunt with 2 on and nobody out. He'll lay down a sac bunt, third base side, fielded by Schwert. He throws it over to first. It gets away. We got ourselves a tie ball game. Coming in to score will be Bratton. They're going to send a second run. Throw to the plate. Might have a chance. Tag down. Not in time. Bowers collected the ball, turned and tried to make the play at home, but he couldn't get the tag down in time, and now a error on the throw to first will give the Corvallis Girding Builders the lead. So a sac bunt for Jaden Von Ruden, and he gets on with the error. He ends up at second base on the overthrow. And then scoring from first base was Pfeifhaus just ahead of the tag. He comes around as the go-ahead run. And the Marketmen, with 3 in the 5th and now 2 in the 6th, have a 5-3 advantage in front of the Doc Stewart. Still nobody out with a man at second base. That will close the book on Tegan Sprague. First pitch, trying to bunt it. That was double hit. That'll be a foul ball. Jackson Von Ruden tried to lay down a sac bunt. It bounced up off the turf and hit his back a second time as he was coming out of the box. So strike 1. Jaden Von Ruden out at second base. So Tegan Sprague with that run coming in to score. He gives up 4 runs total. He's going to get a no decision here tonight. And now Schwert is on the hook for the loss if the score doesn't change. The 0-1 pitch just off the outside corner for Schwert. Logan Schwert winning a state championship with South Umpqua this year. He earned second-team All-Far West League honors as a pitcher. Had an 8-1 record in 13 games for the Lancers. Misses low and outside. His count goes to 2-1 against Jackson Von Ruden. Schwert with a 2-1 pitch. Misses low and inside. The crafty lefty struggling to find the zone at the moment. He's walked 1 so far. Falls behind 3 balls and a strike. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Corvallis has scored twice to take the lead. Ground ball towards short. Paxton Burke will fling it across to first base. Nice scoop at the bag by Danner Wirtz. He stays on the pillow at first to retire Jackson Von Ruden on the low throw by Burke. Got it across the diamond in time, but made it tough on the short hop. Wirtz digs it out, 1 away. Jaden Von Ruden, all he could do was hustle back to the bag at second to stay there. Blake Linton will bat. He is 0 for 2 in the game with a pair of strikeouts. Schwert trying to gain some confidence and get some outs here. He gets a swing and a miss on the first pitch, a slow-moving breaking ball. Docs have another lefty throwing in the bullpen. That is Quinn Gaylor, who's currently in as the DH. He's getting loose in the bullpen right now as well. The 0-1 pitch is up in the air. Could be playable for Wirtz down the first base side. He's at the fence line. Oh, it landed right at the base of the fence. Wirtz didn't want to go crashing into the fence. It falls in playable territory, but foul for strike 2. Had a chance, but he would have had to been right up against the fence line to make the play. And as he got towards the brown turf, the warning track there in foul territory, he slowed up and just let it fall. The 0-2 pitch outside, runner way off the bag at second base. Got a good look at that pitch in case it got by, but he hustles back to the bag, does Jaden Von Ruden. Lights on, starting to have an effect here at Champion Car Wash Field. The 1-2, ground ball, foul down the third base side, wide of the bag. Sharply hit ball there by Linton. Top of the order, Ben Weiss waits on deck. Playing into the evening once again with the Docs getting the late game in the tournament. Every game so far. They'll play at 7 o'clock again tomorrow as well. Ball in the air out towards left center. That's trouble. It's going to get down. Going back to second base to tag was Von Ruden, so he will not get a chance to score on a double by Blake Linton. Linton ends up at second base, and Von Ruden ends up at third. He was headed back to the bag. Off the bat, that one, I guess, it looked like it might have had a chance. If he didn't know where the outfielders were, it might have had a chance to get caught. It lands in the alley for a double by Linton. Runners at second and third with one out. And Ben Weiss, the top of the order, coming up to bat. He takes high, throw down to third, and no tag, able to get down for Logan Anderson at third base. He did what he could to make sure that ball didn't get by him as it one hop to him at the bag. One out, infield playing in with two runners in scoring position. That ball lifted to center field, might be enough to drive in a run, might be a hit, sliding, and he knocks it down but can't make the catch. One run will score, and they almost had two. You had Blake Linton assuming that ball was getting down. He almost ran Von Ruden off the bag at third. He had to put the brakes on to not overrun the runner in front of him. Linton ends up getting the brake sign. He goes back to third base, only gets 90 feet, but a run does come in to score on the base hit by Weiss. It just landed in front of Christian Corba out in center field. Made a sliding attempt, and he trapped it out there. Almost scooped it up, but could not get to it. Runners on the corner, still just one out. It's now a two-run deficit for the Docs as a breaking ball misses the zone behind the plate. Amos Bowers was up out of the crouch quick, expecting the runners to possibly be moving. So he was eager for that, and that might have cost him a strike call. Pickoff throw to first. Almost thrown away. Wirtz does what he needs to get to that baseball as he has to fall across the runner, diving back in at his feet to get the ball. A 1-0 count. Logan Stewart on the mound. He's given up 2 runs. He needs 2 more outs here. Gets a strike, a late break to second base, and in will go Weiss without a throw all the way through. So Logan Stewart now has runners at second and third behind him as a stolen base for Weiss. A 1-1 count for Babcock. He's 2 for 3 in the game. The lefty will take outside. 2 balls and a strike. Quinn Gaylor no longer throwing in the bullpen, but he is ready to go if they decide to make a change here in the 6th inning. Docs trail now 6-4. They led 4-0 in this one at one point. The 2-1 pitch, throw down to third base. Quick tag over there at third made by Logan Anderson, but it looks like back in safely is Linton. Tough call there for the umpires. The field umpire, Austin Stone's out at second base, has a tough angle on that one. Home plate umpire, long look down the third base line to that one as well. Off-speed pitch, it gets by at first into right field. Another run will score. They're sending a second run to the plate. The throw is cut off, and 2 runs will score on the base hit by Babcock. His third in the game, and Corvallis is starting to stretch this one out here. Weiss scores from second. Coming in easily from third is Linton. And we've got a visit out to the mound. And that is Coach Walton. That's going to be it for Logan Schwert. Schwert records 1 out and does not get out of the 6th inning. The Doc Stewarts will go to Quinn Gaylor, another lefty coming in to try and stop the bleeding here. Gaylor will inherit a runner at first with 1 out. So far, there have been 5 runs scored here in the 6th inning, and it is 8-4. Corvallis in front of the Doc Stewarts on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, Corvallis felt like things were just bubbling under the surface there for a while, and they have finally come through. They got 3 runs on the board in the 5th inning against Tegan Sprague, and here in the 6th inning, Sprague has given up 1, and Logan Schwert has given up 4. As 5 runs total have come in for the Marketmen. They lead it now 8-4. Doc Stewarts find themselves down by a wide margin. They'll have at-bats in the bottom of the 6th and the bottom of the 7th if they need them. But right now they are down by a wide margin. Just 1 out as A.J. Altishin will step in to bat against the new man on the mound, Quinn Gaylor out of Sutherland High School, just a freshman this spring for the Bulldogs. Another lefty on the bump for the Docs. His first pitch outside for ball 1. Logan Schwert, I think, is going to be one of those guys that they look to kind of be a change of pace type of guy, come out for a short stint with his kind of crafty, slow-moving pitches, but tonight just wasn't quite there for him. The 1-0 pitch from Gaylor is high and away, 2-0, and now Gaylor will have a chance to try and get them through this. Gaylor last pitched against the Fairfield Expos back on Wednesday. He only threw a third of an inning. He had a bit of a tough outing, walked 2, gave up 2 hits and a couple of runs in just a third. He misses high and away, and it's a 3-0 count. So Gaylor struggling to find the strike zone here, and we've talked about it plenty of times with Coach Cody Walton so far this season. The walks are the biggest thing the coaches are focused on. You can't keep giving up the free 90. 3-0 pitch from Gaylor is in for a strike to keep the at-bat going here against A.J. Altishin, who had a 2-run triple his last time up. That helped get the first 2 runs across for Corvallis. He's batting with 1 out, a 3-1 pitch with a man at first. He fouls it off for strike 2. Tonight's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You got to get to Gibbs, where RV means real value. Cool breeze starting to blow into the press box window here at Champion Car Wash Field as we are making our way towards nighttime. 3-2 pitch. It's outside for ball 4. Runner was going, but with the walk, he gets in safely to second base. Caleb Babcock now in scoring position. First walk issued by Gaylor. Sprague issued only 1 walk over 5 innings of work. Logan Schwert ended up facing 6 batters. He issued 1 walk, and now Gaylor in his first batter faced, he gives up a walk. So the bullpen is putting guys on base, not finding the strike zone. A pitch high by Gaylor falls behind 1-0 against the cleanup hitter Kaysen Jacobs. 1-0 delivery here for Gaylor. That ball is popped up and out of play. Strike 1 for Jacobs. Doc Stewart's will have the heart of their order coming up in the 6th inning, so they'll be hoping that they can get something started again to get the offense moving. Docs haven't scored since the 4th. Strike across on the outside corner to Jacobs. He's behind 1-2. He's 0 for 3 in the game. He has flown out twice. The last time was a fly out to right field to end things in the 5th inning. He's batting with 2 runners on and just 1 away. Gaylor's 1-2 pitch outside. Corvallis last season finished as runner-up at the state tournament, losing to the Portland Barbers in the title game, one of their best seasons in recent history. 2-2 pitch, fouled back. Jacob stays alive. Don't forget, I don't know if I just mentioned this. I think I thought it in my head, but I don't know if I said it out loud. Don't forget to stay tuned in the postgame show. We'll name our Champion Car Wash player of the game. Make sure your car or truck shines like tonight's player of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Visit Champion Car Wash, where you can sparkle without the splurge. Celebrating 30 years in Roseburg, it's Champion Car Wash. Off-speed pitch misses just off the corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes for Kason Jacobs.
Yeah, right now you're really trying to get anything on the ground. You have a really strong infield, especially your middle infield with Burke and Soper, really trying to get a ground ball just hit to one of those 2 guys.
Runners at first and second with just 1 out. A ground ball could finish the inning. The 3-2. Gaylor will step off, throws to second. But the throw 1 hops into the glove for Soper. Took him a second to get the tag down, and it's not in time. Out at second base, Caleb Babcock reached on a single. A.J. Altishin at first after reaching on a walk. 1 away, the 9th hitter to the plate is Jacobs here, and he will draw a walk to load him up. Bases are loaded, and wouldn't you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 walks here in the 6th inning, and it's the inning that has seen the Doc Stewarts give up the lead and now trail by 4. Batting through the order for Corvallis. Coming up for a second time here in the 6th inning will be Jake Bratton, who led off the inning with a walk against Tegan Sprague, the starting pitcher. Sprague will get a no decision here tonight. Logan Schwarten is now on the hook for a possible loss here this evening. 5 runs so far in here in the 6th inning. Corvallis leads it 8-4. Ground ball right side. Soper will get it. Flips it to Burke. Relay over to first base. Wirtz with the stretch, and that will do it. Just like that, the one pitch they needed gets them out of it. It'll be a 4-6-3 double play off the bat of Jake Bratton, and the Doc Stewarts will close things off here in the 6th inning. But a big one for the Marketmen, and they are able to grab the lead 8-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning on 541radio.com and on the Score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Everest, K2, and now the Mountain by Mountain Mike's Pizza. The biggest pizza this side of the Rockies. The mountain-sized pizza is a massive 20 inches wide, delivering 20 slices and a mountain of toppings. Made with the freshest and finest ingredients. Dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. It's time to go big. Order yours now by using our mobile app.
We welcome you guys back in the bottom of the 6th inning. Today's game brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue.
Logan Anderson will lead things off for the Doc Stewarts. Breaking ball on the inside corner called for strike 1 as A.J. Altishin now has an opportunity to try and pitch his team to a victory here. He came in the 5th inning. So he's now on the position. He's in the pole position for a win here today. Fires a breaking ball that carries off the outside corner to the right-handed hitter, Logan Anderson. 1-1 count with the leadoff man up to bat here. Anderson 1 for 2 in the game, had an RBI single in the third. Batting with nobody on here, the 1-1 pitch is outside, gets by the catcher, back to the backstop, 2 balls and a strike. Appreciate all of our sponsors that help make things possible here on the radio. And, of course, I always want to give some love to the tournament sponsors. Freedom Security Solutions, sponsoring the Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field. Takes a lot to put these on, and that also means a little bit of money, and they have helped support to make that happen, so appreciate that. They threw out the first pitch yesterday. It's a pitch high, 3-1 for Logan Anderson. You had Deacon and Hunter Stroop, the sons of Josh Stroop, the owner at Freedom Security Solutions, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch before the Docs game yesterday. Always fun to get those ceremonial first pitch opportunities. Still waiting for somebody to invite me to do one of those. So
I can get you out there for sure.
You might know somebody?
I know a couple guys.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking myself into a bad situation here. 3-1 pitch. That ball hit hard right side. It's past the reach of Jackson Von Ruden at second base. Leadoff single for Logan Anderson. And the Doc Stewarts have a man aboard. That's what they need, getting guys on base to try and come back from this 4-run deficit. Up next will be Christian Corba. 0 for 1 in the game, walked and scored a run in the 4th inning. He'll come up to bat with a man at first and nobody out.
Going back to those Stroop brothers, Joey, those kids had some cannons on there. I don't know if you saw, but
I was impressed. They got the ball to the plate pretty well, yeah. Always worry about that if you're throwing out the first pitch. Pitch high, ball 1 to Christian Corba. You know, you don't want to embarrass yourself and spike one in the turf or throw it all the way to the backstop or something like that. So those young guys did pretty good. I'd probably throw out my shoulder and end up with Tommy Johns as the pitch goes to the backstop. Christian Corba takes outside for a 2-0 count. All while out on the bases, Logan Anderson finds himself at second. A wild pitch moves him up 90 feet. So he's into scoring position. Docs need a few runs here, so Anderson's important, but they got to get some more behind him. We get a visit out to the mound for the coaching staff here for Corvallis. I will believe that's probably their pitching coach headed out there. The coaching staff, as far as I know, I believe it is, of course, Larry Bumpus, we mentioned, in his 4th season leading the Marketmen, along with his son, Azell Bumpus, Mitchell Richwine, and Jason Weiss, the coaching staff for this Corvallis club. Brief visit out there on the mound. Let's see here. Looking at the lineup card, you got Larry, Azell, and Ron. I believe that was probably Ron that headed out there. Can't read the writing of the last name. So Coach Ron out there for a visit, I would assume. Pitch in for a strike, so he tells him, throw some strikes here for us. And promptly on the mound, A.J. Altishin obliges. He gets one across against Corba, a 2-1 count. Christian waits, gets one he likes, hits it hard up the middle. Diving stop by Weiss, the shortstop. He will not have a play at first, but he does keep it on the infield, and that holds Logan Anderson at third. Base knock on the infield for Corba, who continues to hit real well this season. After a freshman campaign at Roseburg that saw him hitting in the 300s, he gets a base hit here, his first of the day. He's 1 for 2, and you've got runners on the corners for the Doc Stewarts. If that ball got into center field, Logan Anderson probably scores on that play, but a nice job by Weiss to smother it back behind second, and that limited how far Logan Anderson was able to attack. Fletcher Coleman will take a strike. Starts out with an 0-1 count. I did want to get this in here. Eugene and Medford are meeting for the second doubleheader of their league season. They played yesterday, split down in Medford. They're in Eugene today. We'll get you caught up on that one. Pickoff throw to first. Back in safely goes Corba over at first base. Game 1 between Eugene and Medford up at Sweet Johnson Field in Eugene. The Challengers win it 4-1. They're in Game 2 up there, and we'll get you caught up on that score here. The 0-1 pitch to Coleman as the runner goes. He swings through. The throw down to second base goes through, and it's late. Stolen base for Corba. Anderson stays at third. Nobody out, an 0-2 count for Fletcher Coleman at the plate. Eugene is leading 4-2 in Game 2 of that doubleheader up in Eugene, so Medford on the verge of taking the first game of the series and then losing the next 3. The 0-2 pitch to Coleman. He hits one high in the air out towards right field. Not very deep. Long run for Jacobs, and it falls down. It lands between 3 defenders. No one will make the catch, and the throw goes to third. Up to second base will go Coleman. Is coming in to score was Logan Anderson. Going to third base was Corba, and Coleman, an RBI single, ends up going to second base on the throw. A bloop single to right field lands between Jacobs, Von Ruden, and Babcock. Any of them were not able to get the glove on that ball. Long run by Jacobs in right field to try and even get to it. And then going out, Von Ruden, the second baseman, had a chance, but just a really tough angle, and no one's able to make the play. Docs get a little bit of momentum going here. They get 1 run back and trail by 3. 8-5 our score. Here in the bottom of the 6th, still nobody out with 2 runners on base. The game-tying run comes to the plate in Danner Wirtz. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI single so far tonight. Swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Lights having an effect here as we go to the twilight hour. The sun making its way down behind the Callahans. Beyond the third base side here. Strike on a fastball. Top of the outside corner on the strike zone. Oh-2 count to Danner Wirtz with nobody out and 2 in scoring position. He takes high and away. And this spot here, likely looking to just try and get something in play if you can. Obviously, a base hit would be ideal, but if you can get the ball in play, might have a chance to score Christian Corba from third and cut it down to a 2-run deficit. The 1-2 pitch for Wirtz. Swings at the breaking ball. Strike 3. Big strikeout there for Altishin as he gets Danner to chase a breaking ball in the turf. Second strikeout in the relief appearance here for Altishin. A big one with runners at second and third. He gets the first out. That'll bring up Amos Bowers. Bowers had a double down the third base side into the left field corner in his first at-bat. Takes a breaking ball high. First time he is facing Altishin, who came in the 5th inning. Bowers and the on-deck hitter Bachmeyer, the last 2 guys to face him for the first time. 1-0 pitch. Bowers will lay off the breaking ball on the outside corner as quickly out of his crouch behind the plate. Jaden Von Ruden had to maneuver behind the batter towards third base as he looks back. Christian Corba to the bag at third. Out at second base is Fletcher Coleman. Good speed on the bases. The 2-0 pitch in the air to shallow center field. Might be a tough play. Coming in and making the catch will be Babcock. He'll throw it all the way to the plate. It one hops into the glove for Von Ruden. Not deep enough to drive in a run. And Bowers will fly out for the second out. And the Doc Stewarts, a golden opportunity to cut into this deficit. They've gotten 1 so far, but now they'll need a 2-out base knock from Easton Bachmeyer. Bachmeyer stands in. First pitch, right over the plate for a strike. Fastball from Altishin. Just pumped one right down Grand Central. 8-5 score in favor of Corvallis. Fastball this time just misses the outside corner, and that's not a bad pitch. Could not entice the hitter to chase after it. The 1-1 delivery. Chop towards third base. Waiting on it. The throw across by Pfeifhaus. Gets it there in the nick of time, and the Doc Stewarts will get just 1 here in the 6th inning, despite a strong start to the frame. 1 run comes in on 3 hits. There were no errors, and 2 runners left on base for the Doc Stewarts. So it's a 3-run ball game as we head to the 7th inning. Corvallis looking to add some more insurance runs when we come back on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Top of the 7th inning, final frame here in the final game of day 2 of the Father's Day tournament here at Champion Car Wash Field, hosted by your Doc Stewarts. Docs led through a majority of this one. We're up 4-0 going to the 5th inning. They gave up 3 runs there. They were still leading as they went to the 6th, but give up a 5 spot in the top of the 6th inning, and Corvallis has rallied back. They lead it 8-5 as we start the 7th inning. Jaden Fifehouse is 2 for 2 in the game with a walk and 2 singles. He will face off against Quinn Gaylor, who came in and faced 4 batters in relief in the 6th inning. He misses low and outside, ball 1 to Fifehouse. We were just looking ahead on the schedule. Docs are down in Medford for a league doubleheader against the Mustangs on Monday. It's going to be a hot one down at Harry and David. Like 1-0. Swung on and missed by Fifehouse. 1-1 count for Gaylor. 101 degrees projected for Medford on Monday when we head on down there to play at Harry and David in a league doubleheader starting at 6 o'clock. If I'm not, maybe that's a 5 o'clock start. I'll double check. 1-1 pitch is high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. If you want to check out the Docs schedule, you can head to our website, 1490thescore.com. There's Docs Central there. You can find the schedule on that page. It's a 2-1 pitch in for a strike for Gaylor as he evens it up. Yeah, 5 o'clock scheduled start time down in Medford on Monday, so it's going to be toasty by the time we get things going on Monday against the Mustangs. Right now trying to finish out hot here against the Marketmen. 2-2 pitch misses high to Fifehouse, and he's got himself a full count.
Yeah, Joey, got the chance to watch the Fifehouse brothers play when they were at West Albany this year. Pulled off the upset against Crater. Really fun to watch. Both exciting players and obviously showing their talents here again tonight.
Right now it's Jaden Fifehouse at the plate. He fouls it off. Stays alive on the full count pitch coming. He's been on base every time. Been a tough guy to get out for the Docs here tonight. Quinn Gaylor trying to start things off here in the 7th with a putout. His 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Gaylor. That's a big way to start things off in the 7th. Try to set the tone early. Strikeout first in the game for Quinn Gaylor. 1 away. That is the 5th strikeout by a Docs pitcher here tonight. Tegan Sprague will get a no decision after a pretty strong outing. Gave up 4 runs on 6 hits over 5 innings, but he was pretty good through the first 4 innings of the ball game. Things started to get away from him in the later stages as he was making his 3rd time through the lineup. 1-0 count to start for Jaden Von Ruden, the catcher. There is a lefty throwing in the bullpen for Corvallis as a swing and a miss, strike 1. I've not noticed anybody throwing for the Docs, so it looks like they are hoping to get through this one with Quinn Gaylor on the mound here in the 7th. He's got the 1-1 pitch coming. It's off the turf. 2 balls and a strike. For the Doc Stewarts in the 7th inning as they try to make up a 3-run deficit, at least at the moment. They'll have Gaylor, Burke, and Soper due up. A 2-1 pitch here for Quinn. Misses low, and he falls behind 3-1. He got a strikeout to start it off, but now on the verge of giving up a walk. The 3-1 pitch. That ball in the air out towards left center will get down. It's going to carry to the alley. Cutting it off will be Corba, racing around for second base. And in safely is Von Ruden. He's got his first hit on the night. A double for the 7-hitter in the lineup card. And you've got a man at second base with 1 out for the Marketmen. Jackson Von Ruden will come up to bat. He's 1 for 3.
Second batter, number 17, Jackson Van Ruden.
They'll bring in a runner for the catcher. Heading out to second base to run will be Jacob Hernandez. Will be a senior next year at Philomath High School, courtesy runner. He takes over at second base. And Jackson Von Ruden, the second baseman, will stand in. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Jackson is 1 for 3 on the day. A couple of ground outs. He had a single to right field in his second at-bat back in the 5th inning. It's in the dirt, 1-1 count. 8-5 our score here in the 7th inning. Corvallis, a rally back. 3 runs in the 5th, 5 in the 6th, as they took the lead in the 6th inning. Gaylor with the 1-1 pitch. Misses a bit high. A 2-1 count. The lefty out of Sutherland High School on the mound. The 2-1 pitch. Called strike 2 on the inside corner to Van Ruden. Courtesy runner Hernandez out at second base with 1 out. A 2-2 pitch coming for Jackson Von Ruden. Gaylor delivers that ball in the air to left field. Long run out there for Bachmeyer. He will make the catch. Runs underneath it. Good job covering some ground to get to that baseball. 2 away. Nice job there for Bachmeyer. That ball towards the foul line. A long way to go. He wasn't really hugging the foul line in left field all that much, so he does a nice job to run underneath that one. 9-hitter Blake Linton had a double his last time up. He'll stand in here with a man at second and 2 down. First pitch is fouled away over the right side, out of play. That double came against Logan Schwert, who was hoping that the offense will come back in the 7th inning and help the Docs rally for a walk-off victory and take him off the hook for the loss here tonight. The 0-1 pitch from Gaylor is tapped in front of the plate. It will be a foul ball fielded by Bowers behind the foul line on the third base side. That was a dangerous ball there. It took it has a nice backspin on it, which allows Bowers to take it in foul territory. But that's one of those balls that it's a long run for the pitcher. Catcher obviously always has a tough time. Got to get out of your crouch quickly to get to it. And that could have been a dangerous ball with a quick runner and Blake Linton at the plate. Easy one to beat out sometimes. But Bowers smartly does not try to make the play too quickly and is able to take it in foul territory. He's got the 0-2 pitch coming. Ground ball, third base side. It gets into left field. Bachmeyer will come up. Is he throwing home? He'll get the throw in. It is cut off. They will not go to the plate. Throw goes to first. Back in safely is Linton after an RBI single. So Blake Linton comes through with 2 outs. He drives one to left field on the ground, and scoring from second was was Hernandez, the courtesy runner, comes in and he stretches it back out to a 4-run lead. 9-5 here in the 7th inning. Corvallis in front. Man at first, top of the order up. Ben Weiss will stand in. He's 1 for 2 today, been hit by a pitch twice. He takes high and away, ball 1. Well, the Doc Stewarts will have themselves quite the hole to dig out of here in the 7th inning. Again, they've got the 9-1-2 hitters coming up. The 1-0 pitch. Check swing goes around. Weiss couldn't hold up. 1-1 count. For Corvallis, if they can hang on to the lead, that'll be their 6th consecutive win after starting the season 1-4. The 1-1 pitch is high and away, 2 balls and a strike. Up in Eugene, the Medford Mustangs rally brewing with 2 outs. They've got the bases loaded. They trail by 2 against Eugene. They're looking to try and rally back with the bases loaded up there at Swede Johnson. 2-1 pitch by Gaylor is low. And he falls behind 3-1. And it is just tough to constantly be pitching from behind. You get to this point, the hitter knows you're looking to try and throw a strike, really opens things up for him to be aggressive at the plate and find one to square up. 3-1 pitch. Popped it up right side, foul territory. Coleman giving chase, but that ball will end up out of play. Off the roof of the Newell family hitting facility, back behind the right field fence here at Champion Car Wash Field. That'll take the count full for the top of the order here. Ben Weiss at the plate with Blake Litton at first. He'll be on the run on the delivery to the plate. Now with a lefty on the mound, kind of got to be a little careful here. Schwert will deliver home. The runner was not moving at all, and Ben Weiss draws a walk. That will be the second walk allowed. Actually, let's see here. That is actually the third walk allowed by Quinn Gaylor. Now Caleb Babcock up to bat with runners at first and second and 2 away. Already 1 run in here in the 7th. First pitch, strike 1 to Babcock. Babcock had a single down the first base side that drove in 2 runs in the 6th inning. And at the time, I believe that was the hit that gave Corvallis the lead. He pops one high in the air, right side, pretty deep, but playable for Fletcher Coleman, who's got quite the adventure to get there. He traveled a long way, but he does make the catch as that ball took a while to come down. High fly ball to right field to finish off the 7th inning for Corvallis, but they get 1 run on the board and lead this one 9-5 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Docs with their final 3 outs to work with on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Play-by-play.
I'd be down for that.
Down to their final 3 outs for the Doc Stewarts here in the 7th inning. We welcome you back. Along with me in the booth here tonight, Carter Stedman. I'm Joey Keeran. Docs looking to try and come back. It would be their first walk-off win if they could come back with 5 runs here in the 7th inning. Going to take a long way to get there. They'll have the 9-1-2 hitters coming up. Quinn Gaylor, the pitcher now, started as the DH. He is 0 for 2 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. First time facing A.J. Altishin, who came on in relief in the 5th inning. This is the final batter to face him for the first time. Actually, sorry, no, Gaylor did face him when he came on in the 5th, so he was the first man to face the new pitcher. He takes outside for a 1-0 count. High and away, 2-0. Altishin came in the 5th inning. He gave up 3 hits in the 6th inning and 1 run. He's got 2 strikeouts and no walks. So he has been solid on the mound, and he has limited any of the opportunities for the Docs for the most part, although he falls behind 3-0 against the leadoff man, Gaylor, who is trying to find a way on base any way possible. Right now, that's what the Docs need. Runners aboard. That's ball 4. 4 straight outside the zone. Leadoff walk. Altishin, his first walk allowed in the ballgame. That is, I mean, we've seen it for the Doc Stewarts. That can be a killer. You put guys on with the walks, and that really starts to kind of weigh on the defense behind you and on the pitcher.
Yeah, especially this time of the game, too, where you walk the 9th guy in the lineup and then you flip it back over where you have Paxton Burke, Soper, those guys that get on base really frequently.
And Burke is 0 for 3 in this game, a rarity there in most cases. looking for his first hit. Last time up, he grounded one sharply to the first baseman. They made the play there. But now it has been 5 straight that have missed the zone for Altishin. That prompts a visit out to the mound for Jaden Von Ruden, the catcher, to have a quick conversation. We did see a lefty warming up for Corvallis, so they may be ready to make a change if they feel as if it's necessary. Burke has put the ball in play all 3 times. He'll take one high, a 2-0 count, a borderline pitch there that just misses. This Corvallis team won big in their first game yesterday, 13-3. They scored early in that one. Here they're looking to go to 2-0 in the tournament by scoring late. The 2-0 pitch inside to Burke misses the corner, and it has been 7 straight that have missed for Altishin. A 3-0 count here for Burke, who's looking to try and find a way aboard. He'll take a strike, was ready to toss the bat away, but he will have to stay at the plate for at least one more. Clouds turning a beautiful color of pink off in the distance as the sun is setting here on this Friday evening in the Umpqua Valley. Ground ball left side, that could be trouble, fielded by Weiss, and the throw gets away at second base. Up and hustling to third will go Gaylor. Going to second base is Burke. Gaylor's going to come around to score as that ball ends up in the bullpen. Burke will go all the way to third, and the Doc Stewarts, with nobody out, now have a runner at third and 1 run in on the throwing error. That one looked like trouble off the bat, thinking double play, but the throw by Weiss gets a little off target at second base, and with the runner sliding in, Gaylor kind of helps break that up as the second baseman, Von Ruden, couldn't get set to try and receive the baseball. It gets away, and if you get it into foul territory behind first base, there is a ton of room. The bullpens are in play in foul territory. You can make catches down there, and if the ball's down there, it's still a live ball, and so that is, as they appeal on the runner at home, I think, is what they were trying to see, whether or not, I don't know if they're trying to say he didn't touch home or what the case might have been, but now we've got Larry Bumpus. He's headed to the mound for a conversation with his pitcher, and I don't know if the umpires may have it. They've already ruled once on the appeal that the run at home was safe, but now we've got the umpires getting together to talk about it here. That throw at second got away, rolled all the way into the right field corner, into the bullpen, easily allowed the runners to move around, and whatever the concern from Coach Bumpus was for Corvallis, they are not going to get anything overturned. So that'll be an error on the shortstop. That allows Burke to come all the way around, or excuse me, Gaylor to come all the way around to score. Fielder's choice for Burke initially, and then he ends up all the way at third base on the throwing error. So that's a costly error there. 1 run comes in. It is a 3-run ball game again. Reagan Soper sees the first strike in his at-bat. Starts off with a swing and a miss. All right, well, a little bit of momentum here for the Docs.
Yeah, and this is what you need. And these are the perfect guys at the plate here with Soper. You got Paxson over there at third, so you have speed in scoring position. You got guys at the plate that are willing to swing. Now they just got to put the ball in play.
Soper swings through a high breaking ball for strike 2. He falls behind in the at-bat. 3-run ball game. The game-tying run is the on-deck hitter, Logan Anderson. The 0-2 to Soper. Fouls it off, stays alive, and that one clips the catcher, Jaden Von Ruden. He'll get a moment to breathe here. With that, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. Evening hours here at Champion Car Wash Field. No place we'd rather be on a Friday night. Baseball action going on here in Douglas County. The Doc Stewarts trailing Corvallis 9-6 has been a heck of a battle. Docs started things early, 3 runs in the third. They built a 4-0 lead. They were still up 4-3 going to the 6th, but Corvallis rallied back. They've scored in each of the last 3 innings to build a 9-5 lead going into this bottom of the 7th, but the Docs have gotten one back. They are trailing 9-6 here with nobody out. 0-2 pitch coming for Reagan Soper from A.J. Altishin. Breaking ball, it's into left field. That's a base hit for Soper. He comes through. He'll drive in Burke, and the Doc Stewarts are back within 2. The rally will continue. Still nobody out here in the ball game. That'll be the second hit of the game for Soper. He drives in a run for a second time. And the Doc Stewarts are back within 2. 9-7 our score. Logan Anderson coming up the bat will represent the game-tying run, and we're going to get a pitching change on the mound as Coach Bumpus makes his second trip to the hill. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Well, the Doc Stewarts have found a way to make life interesting here tonight. They give up a decent lead, but have found themselves rallying back here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody out and one runner on base. It's a 2-run ball game, 9-7 our score, and the Marketmen will make a pitching change. They're going to bring in the center fielder, Caleb Babcock. He's a left-handed batter and a left-handed thrower. Babcock will take over. That means we'll have some changes out in the outfield. The pitcher, Altishin, who started as the DH, he moves to right field, I do believe. He's standing all alone out there, kind of a lonely moment for him, hoping that the team can help get him through things here in the 7th. The good news is that if the Marketmen don't win this game, he's not going to be on the hook for the loss. The runner at first base, Reagan Soper, would go to his credit, but that would not be the game-tying or game-winning run. So he can't take the loss. He can only get the win or a no decision. So there's that, at least for him.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all he's caring about.
Individual
right
stats there are really big at this moment. They are going to move a man out to center field. We'll try to get you caught up on all the defensive changes here. But up the plate right now is Logan Anderson facing the lefty. The ball gets by. The catcher lost his glove. And up to second base will go Reagan Soper. I don't... I think I might put that down as a pass ball just because it must have hit the glove for Von Ruden behind the plate, but he couldn't keep the glove on his hand, and it gets away. And that'll put a runner in scoring position. That's Reagan Soper with good speed out at second. Logan Anderson, a good runner at the plate, a 1-0 pitch. He'll ground one back up the middle. It'll go to second base. Got time. Throw to first. A little dicey, but they will get it there in time. And there's one away. The throw by Jackson Von Ruden is on target to get Anderson. But up to third base goes Soper, so he's 90 feet closer to home. Doc's down to their final 2 outs, trailing by 2. Christian Corbel will bat. He is 1 for 2 on the night, been on base twice, reached on a walk back in the 4th. Out in center field is Sterling Holland now for Corvallis. First pitch, a strike from the lefty, low inside corner for Corba. So Caleb Babcock has come on in relief, trying to close this one out. This would be a save situation for him. The 0-1 misses the outside corner, 1-1 the count. So Holland has taken over in center field, and Altishin stayed in the game, went out to right field. Babcock moved in from center field to go to the mound. The 1-1 pitch. Hit towards left field. This might drive in a run, but it's going to cost him an out. The catch made by Linton, and they don't send Soper. There's 2 away. Linton out in left field, I do believe, still. And they do not try to test his arm. That is Blake Linton out there, and the Docs are down to their final out. The man at the plate is Fletcher Coleman, representing the game-tying run. He is 2 for 3 in the game. Last time up, a bloop single to shallow right field for an RBI. Lefty-lefty matchup, and he swings away at the first pitch. Oh, Caleb Babcock has come on in and has done what is needed. He's gotten outs. He's 1 out away from wrapping up the victory for Corvallis. The 0-1 pitch to Coleman is in the air towards center field. Not very hard hit, long run, but plenty of time, and underneath it is Holland. That will wrap up the ball game. Doc Stewart's unable to come back all the way. They get 2 runs in here in the 7th inning on an error. But they are unable to get the 2 more they needed to tie this one up. 2 runs come in on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. The Doc Stewarts will fall in this one. The final score, 9-7. We'll put together all the numbers when we come back after this 3-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Looking to expand your portfolio? Consolidate your investments with Palm Wealth Management. Our trusted team makes it easy to diversify and track your investments. Let Palm Wealth Management coordinate your financial strategy. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
At Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its 3rd generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community. Our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome you back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we wrap things up here tonight. The Doc Stewarts fall to the Corvallis Girding Builders Marketmen by a final score of 9-7. A comeback win for Corvallis, their 6th consecutive victory. They will go to 7-4 on the year. The Doc Stewarts fall to 2-6 on the season. Docs took the early lead, 3-0 in the 3rd inning. They added a run in the 4th to make it 4-0. Corvallis got 3 runs back in the top of the 5th. And then they would take the lead with 5 runs in the top of the 6th. They made it 8-4 at the time. Docs would get 1 back in the bottom of the 6th, made it 8-5. They were back within 3, but they give 1 back in the top of the 7th, made it 9-5. And then the Docs scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th to make it interesting, but they leave the runner at third base. The game-tying run was the man at home, and they cannot bring him in to score. So the Doc Stewarts fall in this one. 9-7 the final score. Final numbers in this one: 9 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors, and 8 men left on base for Corvallis. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error in this one for the Doc Stewarts. They leave 4 men on base. Getting the win in this one is going to be A.J. Altishin. He will pick up the victory in relief of Quinn Sissel, who went 4 innings and gave up 4 runs early on. But Altishin came in and pitched 2 innings. He allowed 3 runs. I would assume only one of them earned on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. But he exited with the lead still intact, and so he gets the win here tonight. Taking the loss is going to be Logan Schwert. Schwert will inherit the loss. He came in with a... let's see, he came in the 5th inning, or make that the 6th inning. At the time, it was 4-3 for the Docs. He gave up 4 runs, and so he gets the loss here tonight. He pitched just a third of an inning, ended up giving up 3 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Picking up a save in this one will be Caleb Babcock. Babcock came in the 7th inning and got the final 3 outs after Altishin got roughed up a little bit, a walk, an error, and then a base hit. And they pull him out. Babcock comes in and gets 3 straight outs, ground ball, fly ball, and he gets the Marketmen the victory with 3 straight outs. So he picks up the save here this evening. Quinn Gaylor also pitched in this one, an inning and 2/3 to finish it out. He gave up 1 run. Sorry, let's make that 2 runs in this one. So my math is off here. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, sorry. He did give up just the 1 run for Quinn Gaylor. Gives up the 1 run on 2 hits. And he finishes with 3 walks and 1 strikeout in his relief appearance. Tegan Sprague pitched the start of this game. 5 innings. He allowed 4 runs on 6 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts for the Doc Stewarts. Not a bad outing for him. Unfortunately, does not get the victory despite leaving with the lead intact. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers here tonight for Ben Weiss. He was 1 for 2 in the game, scored twice, had an RBI single. He was hit by a pitch twice and also walked. Caleb Babcock was 3 for 5 in the game with 3 singles. He drove in a pair of runs. A.J. Altishin had a triple that drove in a pair, also walked, and had a sac bunt. He was 1 for 2. Let's see, Kaysen Jacobs walked once. Jacob Bratton walked once, scored a run. Jaden Fife was 2 for 3 in the game with 2 singles, a walk, a run scored. Jaden Von Ruden goes 1 for 3 in the game, a sac bunt, reached base on an error and scored a run. Also had a double and it scored a run. Jackson Von Ruden was 1 for 4 in the game with a single, and Blake Linton was 2 for 4 in the game with a double and an RBI single, also scored a run. For the Doc Stewarts, Paxton Burke was 0 for 4 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Reagan Soper was 2 for 4 in the game with an RBI single and an RBI double, also scored a run. Logan Anderson was 2 for 4 in the game. He drove in a run on a single in the 3rd, also had a single and scored a run in the 6th. Christian Corbo was 1 for 3 in the game, walked and scored a run, had a single in the 6th. Fletcher Coleman was 2 for 4 in the game, had an RBI single in the 6th. Danner Wirtz was 1 for 3 with an RBI single and 2 strikeouts. Amos Bowers was 1 for 3 with a double. Easton Bachmeyer reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run, 0 for 3 in the game. Quinn Gaylor was 0 for 2, scored twice, reached once on a walk. So that is a look at how this one played out here tonight. It is now time to name tonight's Champion Car Wash Player of the Game. Make your car or truck shine like tonight's Player of the Game. Visit Champion Car Wash, where you can sparkle without the splurge. Celebrating 30 years in Roseburg, it's Champion Car Wash. Well, early on I was thinking maybe Tegan Sprague, not a bad pitching decision or pitching night for him. Had the lead intact, but the bullpen cannot hold on to it for him. taking a look at some of the numbers. A nice night once again for Reagan Soper, who's already been the player of the game a couple of times for us. Fletcher Coleman, a couple of hits, drove in a run. So a lot of guys with a chance at maybe earning the player of the game award here tonight. Tegan Sprague could have gotten it last night. I gave it to Reagan Soper. I'm going to say with his performance on the mound here tonight, I'm going to give it to Tegan Sprague, our player of the game here this evening, brought to you by Champion Car Wash. He had a good start, put his team in position to win, and they unfortunately could not finish it out for him. So, Tegan Sprague, your Champion Car Wash player of the game here this evening. All right, so that does it for tonight's broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on the Score. But guess what? We're back again tomorrow. Doc Stewart's fall in this one 9-7. Corvallis goes to 2-0 in the tournament. Docs are 1-1 in the tournament. They are tied with Southern Oregon and Fairfield. All those teams are 1-1. Docs will take on Hillsdale, which is 3-0 in the tournament so far. Hillsdale will be the opponent coming up tomorrow night, starting at 7 o'clock, and we'll have coverage starting at 6:45 here on The Score and on our video stream at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, so you can find it there with us tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. The tournament starts again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Fairfield and Corvallis squaring off in the early game tomorrow. And we will have updates on the tournament bracket for you online at 541radio.com. You can find results and the schedule there, and we will have it for you when we get on the air coming up tomorrow night. So look forward to that. That'll be tomorrow evening. Doc Stewart's day 3 of the tournament, Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Hillsdale and Roseburg squaring off. It's going to do it for us here tonight, folks. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We want to say thanks to the Corvallis Skirting Builders Marketmen and their fans for coming down and being a part of the tournament here this season. We look forward to returning the favor and coming up there for the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament at Hanson Stadium at Taylor Field, coming up right there at the start of July in just a couple of weeks. I want to say thanks to Executive Director of the Douglas County Baseball Association, Jake Whistler, Head Coach Cody Walton, and the entire Doc Stewart's Baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production tonight. Thanks to Carter Stedman for help with the broadcast here locally this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. That'll do it for us here this evening. Tomorrow, our broadcast will start at 6:45. And a quick reminder to you, if you listen on the radio or you listen to the game streaming online, if you just get the audio broadcast, we will join the game in progress at the conclusion of the College World Series Game 1 tomorrow. That starts at 5 o'clock, so hoping that they have a quick one, get done in maybe 2.5 hours. We'll keep our fingers crossed, but as soon as they get done with the College World Series Game 1 between North Carolina and Oklahoma, we will jump over to coverage of Doc Stewart's Baseball with the audio broadcast. If you want to catch the Doc Stewart's game in its entirety, we will have that on our video stream. Go to YouTube, go to 541radio.com. You can find the video stream there. If you go to YouTube, search 1490 The Score, and you'll find our channel. Hit the subscribe button, and that'll make sure that you've got a direct access right to our video stream channel. So that is how you can watch or follow the Docs tomorrow in their entirety, is on the video stream. If you are an audio listener, it'll be a little bit late, but we'll get it to you once we get done with the first College World Series game. So that'll be coming up tomorrow. We'll talk to you then. I'm Joey Keeran, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in and joining us. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.